This is as far as I go. I don't go looking for the darkness. That is not my job. And there's nothing but darkness ahead.
This is Jane, the primary personality of 64, created by a very young Kay Chalice. She's lost, overburdened, in pain. Right now, she's wandering what's called the Underground, a network of tunnels and memories in her shared mind. Following her is Cliff, another member of the Doom Patrol trying to help her out of a comatose state. But before we go any further into the darkness, we need to go back. As I said, Jane is the primary personality of 64 alters, each with their own distinct personality and purpose. They're all here because of a condition known as dissociative identity disorder, or DID, formerly known as multiple personality disorder. Each of them have superpowers after being injected with a serum when Jane was captured by the Bureau of Normalcy. Baby Doll has telekinesis, Flit has teleportation, and Hammerhead has super strength. Jane has no powers, or at least that's the way it seems. These four and all the others were created by Kay, after the trauma she experienced at age 5 when her father began sexually abusing her. Kay herself lies dormant in the underground while Jane and previously Miranda became primary. But the trauma didn't end after leaving their father. The two have had their share of horrible experiences in life, which have also affected the others. It even caused Miranda to take her own life within the underground. And while they may not have been present for each and every abuse, they can still carry the horrible memories of the past. This is a big part of what Jane deals with. She shoulders the responsibility of not just protecting herself, but the lives of so many others. She eventually grows attachments because she spends so much time on the surface. But almost all the other personalities are skeptical of everyone else, which could stunt her own personal growth. At times, there can be too much noise, no room to breathe and process. All this instruction and demands, but no one can take the responsibility and consequences but herself. The one she feels the most responsibility for is Kay, the girl who never got to live her life.
Kay, I don't know who you need me to be. I don't know if I'm supposed to feel happy. And you're perfect. I know you're a memory, but I don't know where to turn. Or who I can trust, or if I can. I'm trying. But I don't know if I want to try anymore.
In this scene, Jane is now at the well, where other alters go to die. She's reliving the experience, her father's words repeating over and over again in her head.
Nowhere to turn. No one to tell. Nowhere to turn. No one tells. No one. No one tells. No one.
Cliff manages to pull her off the edge, but her father comes out of the well to take her in. Like many abuse victims, even the mention of their abuser can send them into panic. Jane has lost control here. The main reason for sexual abuse, or why someone will become an abuser, is the need for power, to gain control over someone. But now, it's time for Jane to regain control of her life and show us her power.
Stop it! Stop it! You destroy everything! I will not let you destroy him! I hate you! I hate you, you filthy, disgusting man!
I am not afraid of you! I am not afraid of you! I am not afraid!
Sweet, sweet.
Go!
The reason I wanted to make this video is because in Hollywood, female characters are almost always shoved into the background, made to be nothing more than an object or a romantic interest for the male protagonist. Women and girls get stereotyped so often we don't really get well fleshed out characters like Jane. And I'm really only explaining a couple aspects of her character. Sexual abuse and its victims is something that troubles me as well. And the way film has depicted it has been bad. Women will often refuse the advances of men only to have their consent thrown to the side. Women of power or women who show a strong sense of self will be abused as a way to take them down a peg, or the abuse is just not taken seriously enough. There's almost no positive ending for the victims, and events just roll on without taking them into any consideration. This is extremely harmful. If you don't believe me, here are some studies. In Canada, 82% of minors who have been abused are girls. In 2014, only 5% of cases were reported. Only 1 in 3 Canadians understand consent. In the US, 1 in 9 girls will be abused by an adult. This is just a small sample of the problem that infects our society. Now, in the real world, justice is unfortunately something that almost no victim, male or female, will ever get. But the influence of our entertainment shouldn't be lost. In my opinion, Jane is the best representation of a strong female character. In Jane, you have someone who on multiple occasions has stood up to her abusers. And she never needed any superpowered augmentations to do it. She will never allow her trauma to consume her or the others. The show does a great job of treating her like a human, as an equal. In fact, everyone in the Doom Patrol has their issues, but over time, they begin to understand one another, and no one is ever left behind. What we watch can have an impact, however big or small, it still matters. I think why I love shows like Doom Patrol is because it gives us hope. It can inspire bravery in those who need it, while giving us a different lens from which to view things. And all the credit has to go to the writers of the show, Grant Morrison, who created Jane in the comics, and of course, Diane Guerrero, who's brought this character to life. Together, they've given us strength.